This is about the future of digital marketing. I've been doing this for a decade. I started Tiger Lead Solutions in 2007. I've started Ylopo just recently. We are the future of real estate tech. So I'm not here to sell you Ylopo at all. I am here to teach you about what you can do on your own. There's lots of other companies out there other than my company. This is going to be broad spectrum stuff. Okay, so we got to get through an hour's worth of stuff in less than 20 minutes. So let's do it. So today we're going to cover a lot of ground. We're going to talk about the future of search engine marketing. We're going to talk about the future of social marketing. We're going to talk about what's going on with the portals. We're going to talk about the importance of mobile, and we'll talk about the importance of texting. So here's the stark reality. In just 1 month, so an example, November 2016, in just 1 month, 132 million people went online looking at real estate. We had 75 million people on Zillow. We had 32 million people on Trulia, 41 million people on Realtor.com. These are frightening numbers when you consider that we only have about, what, 320 to 330 million people in the entire country? Let's dig down a little bit deeper. If we go from 2013 to 2016, we see that the number of homes being sold is not changing. I was honored by the fact that I think James yesterday presented some of this data, which I have been presenting for the past couple of years. No one really talks about this. We've gone from, we always hang around 5 to 6 million homes being sold. We always hang around that number. But what's going on in lead gen in our space? We've gone from 9.5 million leads to 17 million leads to 25 million leads to 33.5 million leads. Where's it going to end? Layer on top, these are just the portals, ladies and gentlemen. Layer on top all of the other sites out there, and I guarantee you that I've tried to be as conservative as possible. We're talking well over 40 million leads, and guess what? We're not really selling that many more homes. This gap, why do I bring this up? This just to be, oh, this is kind of interesting. It's because this has a stark reality on your everyday business. You must ingest this fact and process it and react to it. Does that make sense? This is specific to how you go back home and do business. Because, ladies and gentlemen, there is a serious lead glut. Why is there a lead glut? No one's going to tell you why, but I'm going to tell you why. What's going on when somebody goes on to a portal, I won't name the portal, but you go on to a portal and you see a nice home and you fill out a form. Well, what happens is that portal will then sell you as a consumer to 3 different buyer's agents. You guys know, you buy those leads, right? They're also going to send you to the listing agent. So now you, the consumer, filled out a form on one home and you got sold down the river 4 times. Ah, here's the dirty little secret. You don't fill out one form on one home. On that one portal, you are most likely to fill out 2.7 forms. You are also most likely to go to more than one portal as a consumer. At a minimum, every single time you fill out a form on a home, you are sold or sent down to 4 agents. That's 3 times 12 agents. I'm not even talking about the lenders they're selling you to, who then have agent friends. So think about this. Look at this. One consumer sold at least 12 times. That's why we have a massive lead glut. So what do? Let's roll up our sleeves. Okay, what I am here to basically tell you is no matter who you use, you need to control your own marketing. Before they go to the portals, you catch them. And you keep them. 2 biggest points I'll make. I'll start with it and I'll end with it. You gotta catch them and you gotta keep them. You gotta keep them off your competition. Keep them off, because as soon as they're on that site, boom, they're gonna go to 12 of your competitors. Let's talk about search marketing, namely Google. So we looked at it and we thought maybe with the advent of Facebook, search marketing would go down. But through our analysis, we can see that Google search marketing is as strong as ever. Very surprising, but it's as strong as ever. So it's still actually slowly going up over time. So people are still on search, so you need to be on search. You need a total digital marketing presence. Write that down, you need a total digital marketing presence. So old search is, hey, someone searches for homes in Santa Margarita, California, they don't have to spell it right. We got a whole long term of words that go in there, we're gonna catch you, and everybody's advertising. And everybody's gonna throw up the same search sites. It's kind of a shotgun approach. So what's the future? What's the next generation of search marketing? It's to get very precise. So now somebody goes online and they search for homes, let's say in Sarasota, Florida. Do you know there's a big difference whether or not that person is searching from a very wealthy suburb in New York or whether they're searching right from Sarasota? So old school search engine marketing is, we don't think about that. We just throw up the same ad. The new next generation of search marketing is, let's go out and let's go find out where is that searcher coming from. Let's use their IP address to find out where they're coming from to show them a relevant ad and a relevant landing page. So if someone's coming from a really wealthy suburb in New York, how about we show them an ad on Google that talks about luxury homes? Someone searching from a sort of more bedroom community in your community in Sarasota, let's show them that that ad result, okay, and that more generic search for homes. So we can be very, very precise, the right ad with the right landing page. Let's talk about Facebook, because the changes on Google are important, but the changes on Facebook are just absolutely seismic. So search marketing, social media marketing. The great thing about Facebook is we can reach homeowners. And we've got clients all over the country. We know you've got a shortage of homes. We know you guys want sellers, you guys want listings. We get it. I've been around long enough, been doing this for a decade, just to know. This is what's going to happen. Buyer market, seller market, neutral markets, buyer market, seller market, neutral markets. The number one thing I can tell you is have buyers and sellers so that you guys can be great in all markets. But right now, everybody wants sellers. Great news is you've got 83 million homeowners in the US. 81 million are reachable right now on Facebook. The great thing about Facebook is we can precisely target demographic groups, write this down, precisely target demographic groups that are much more ready to transact in the next 3 or 6 months. We've got 14, 15, 16 different demographic groups that we target. So for example, we'll go after new parents with toddlers, new parents with preschoolers. We not only go after those new parents who have kids, but who also own a home. So we call these folks the trade-ups. This is just one of 15 different groups that you can now target. Own a home, young family, they're going to trade up. Guess what? If you're going to target them, show them the right home. Don't show them an $8 million home because they're not buying it, right? Show that right consumer the right home. Pinpoint targeting is now available on Facebook. The other thing that I hope happens, and every other tech company is disincentivized to do it, is, remember that big lead glut slide? Everybody wants to produce as many leads as possible because they all get paid to sell you as many leads as possible. I think we're going to see a pendulum swing back because you guys, I know I'm listening to you, are sick and tired of leads who've been called by 12 other realtors, leads who hang up, leads with bad phone numbers, leads with bad emails, crappy leads. Okay, it's the most dangerous thing in the industry. So I think we're going to see a pendulum swing back to lead quality over lead quantity. What can we do? Well, one of the things we can do on Facebook, which is really cool, is we can actually ask them questions before they register. Are you just browsing? Were you just kind of interested in the picture and you're just kind of looky-looing? Okay, are you really looking at rent versus buy? What's your time frame? What's your horizon? Every single time we ask them these questions, we get fewer people. Think about that. Every time we drill down and ask more questions, more people drop off. Okay? That is less money for tech providers, but higher quality leads for you guys. Also with Facebook, which is very different than Google, on Facebook they will pre-populate the form for you with that lead's email and phone number. So one of the big differences between search marketing and social marketing is we are seeing sky-high validity rates of phone numbers and emails on Facebook. 87% valid email, 82% valid phone number, because the consumer doesn't have an opportunity to put in Donald Duck at MickeyMouse.com and 555-5555. They're like, oh yeah, that's my right information, let's go. Big differences between Facebook. Old school is this quick forced registration, right? Give me your name, let's put your phone number in as your password, and let's rock and roll. Because these tech companies know they can get as many leads as possible doing this, and I hope that that's going to be the past. So guys, focus on quality, not quantity. When you produce too many leads, send them down to your team, what happens? They get disheartened, they get dispirited, and guess what? They stop working leads. If they stop working leads, they're not going to be at the blackjack table when those cards run hot. Fewer quality leads is the way to go. All right, so we have pinpoint accuracy, we know who we're looking for. If we actually have them click on a listing on an ad, don't just send them to a disconnected search site where they got to start again and they got to register again. That's old school. They clicked on a specific home. Show them that home. Give your consumer a seamless search experience. Show them that home and then let them dive into your search site, okay? Make it relevant, make it personal. Another thing that we have to recognize is email is dead. Okay, I tell people, you want to reach Howard Tager, text me. You want to not reach Howard Tager? Email me. Because I get thousands of emails every day and I will not look at them anymore. So email's a bit dead. So we have to find other ways to get our branding, our messages, our videos, our testimonials out to consumers. One of the new concepts that you're going to see more and more is get your message into your own home search experience. So every 5 or 6 homes, you might have a testimonial, you might have a video, you'll have your brand, you might have your lender's brand. Kind of an ingenious way now to get in front of consumers because we know they're looking at homes and we know they're not looking at email. Let's move quickly from lead generation to lead nurture, lead cultivation. All right, 3 major things. Number 1, remarketing. You guys have all heard about companies that we do remarketing, we do retargeting. Old school remarketing is still going on. That's where someone's gone online, looked at real estate, and now we follow them along and then we get your brand in front of them somewhere else online. New school remarketing is much more precise. Remember, we know where they came in. We know they were searching for homes in Modesto between 400 and 600,000. So instead of when they come back online, you just show them your brand. How about show them your brand, but show them a brand new $500,000 home in Modesto? The click rate is going to go through the roof because you're giving the consumer what they want. Does that make sense? Very, very precise remarketing is going on nowadays. Also, artificial intelligence, write this down. Artificial intelligence is changing the industry in a lot of ways. Listing alerts. People search, they search in your search site, you set up a listing alert, and that's going to be the listing alert they get forever. We now use artificial intelligence to create a dynamic listing alert. No longer a static listing alert, but dynamic. Because consumers change, right? All of a sudden they were looking at this town, now they're looking at that town. Maybe their price range went up a little bit, maybe it went down a little bit. What about listing alerts that automatically, without you having to do the work, change with the consumer? Using artificial intelligence to dynamically change the listing alerts, that's next generation stuff. Also, using artificial intelligence to communicate and get a line of communication rolling with your consumer. You guys are busy all the time. You're meeting with folks, open houses. It's hard to be online looking what every consumer is doing all the time. But what happens if, let's say for example, a consumer looks at 124 Main Street 4 times? You can't notice it, you're so busy, right? But if we use artificial intelligence to catch that right away, all of a sudden an automated text message goes out from you saying, hello Sally, we noticed you looked at 124 Main Street 4 times, would you like to go see the home? All of a sudden you get a text response back, yeah, let's go see it tomorrow. And you didn't even do anything, right? You think this is great. So I don't think that we should see fully automated text messaging all the way through. I think there's a handoff, right? I think we start a conversation with artificial intelligence, we start a conversation, then we hand it off to the real conversation. So you're gonna see a lot more of that. I've got to stress the importance of texting, guys. Look at these stats. Text messages have a 98% open rate. Email only has a 22% open rate now. Text messaging has a 45% response rate. Email only has a 6% response rate. 90% of all text messages are read in under 3 minutes. The average text message is read in under 5 seconds. Sales prospects who are sent text messages converted at a rate 40% higher than those who are not sent any text messages. 90% of leads prefer to be texted compared to be called. Texting the sales process with a qualified lead will increase your conversions by 100%. So you got to think about your texting strategy. Mobile is dominating desktop. A full-on 68% of all digital time is on mobile now, guys. Only 32% digital time is on desktop. So what is your takeaway? Make sure that your own search site is 100% mobile optimized. Look at your search site on mobile. Is it amazing on mobile? If it's not, kick it to the curb. One of the biggest points I can make to you guys is keep them off all the other sites, meaning you guys have to have a great search experience. And I know NextHome is very, very involved in getting you guys a great search experience. But then use it, leverage it, get all of your leads, not the leads you're paying for, but your open house leads, your referrals. If you're buying portal leads, get them on it. Get everybody on your own cultivation circle so you keep them close. This is the most critical slide here. So for example, use your sellers to get you buyers. Meaning, you have an open house. I can't tell you the number of times I go to open houses just for the fun of it. Been to hundreds and hundreds of open houses. Every single time I go into an open house, they say, come on in, what do you think of the home? Or, oh, put your name on a piece of paper and say hello, right? Only once in my lifetime did a real estate agent actually say to me, what are you really looking for? I said, well, I'm really not looking in the next year, but down the line I'd like to buy maybe something on the beach, $1 million to $2 million. He said, you know what, I know you're not ready to buy, but I'm going to put you on these MLS listing alerts, and every few days you're going to get a new home that comes to the market. Don't worry about using me, it's just a great service. His brand, because he has a little brand on the listing alert, stayed in front of me for like 3 or 4 years. I rewarded him with a $3.5 million listing. Okay, because he was the only one to do that. So use your sellers to get you buyers, use your buyers to get you sellers. You have a big database you're going to be building with Next Home. Take your database of buyers into your listing presentation so you can win 100% of your listing presentations. Everyone else is going to roll into that listing presentation with their glossy brochure, tell you why they're the best agent, and that's it. You roll in, you open up your laptop, you show them your iPad Pro, you show them the buyers that are streaming in all day. I'm a seller, I've sold many homes. I'll tell you, I'll work with that agent because they've got buyers in my zip code, in my neighborhood. You gotta get specific. So the summary, the future's here now, guys. Texting, 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 both automated and personal. Complete mobile optimized end-to-end home search experience. Psychographic, demographic, targeted lead generation, automated yet also personalized lead nurture. Total digital marketing presence across social and search. You've got to focus on lead quality versus lead quantity. So what do you do now? With all of these eyeballs on all of these other sites, with one consumer being sold 12, 15 times, what are you going to do? This is it. Number one, a total digital marketing strategy across everything. Search and social, obsessed, completely, totally obsessed about lead nurture, cultivation technologies, so you keep them off the other sites and you keep them close to you. If you do that, guys, you are going to close way more deals. Keith, I did it by 42 seconds.